All right, boys and girls, we're trying to reset this here to see what's going on. With obviously some issues tonight on the YouTube side as we try to get things back up and running here for our program. Let's make sure everything is back up to sync here. We're still showing the old version here as we try to get things back up and running. Let's get some music going while we're waiting for our, Milwaukee Dragons. Is reason why I hate YouTube number 328. Let's try this and see what we get. All right, let's pause that back up again. All right, there it looks like we're back to normal here. All right, there we go. So it looks like we're back to normal, folks. I apologize about the issues. That's all a YouTube thing. I'm not sure how it gets out of sync. I've seen it happen a few times here and there. I'm not sure exactly what it is. All my settings are up to par. It only happens, it seems, occasionally with YouTube. I think it might be something to do with their advertising. I still like that number, 300, number 28. All right, folks, we're getting ready as the Women's Championship match is set to go next on XFW Wrestle War as we continue on.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall.
Well, one thing's good. Our connection rate to get back in sync is fine.
Wrestling Championship.
As we are back up and running, the sound seems to be running back forth as we are waiting for the arrival of the challenger tonight, Jin Sakamoto, and here she comes. Jin Sakamoto, one of the most successful women's champions in all of XFW. 9 consecutive back-to-back title defenses for Jin Sakamoto. And tonight she'll look for her third reign as women's champion, but she's got a big mountain to climb as our current women's champion, Tia Adams, has an iron-like grip on the women's champion. And here comes the women's champion, unbreakable, Tia Adams. Again, you'll see absent is Morgan Steiner, as Steiner is still in the hospital after the attacks. We're getting things off and running, and Tia Adams just levels Jin Sakamoto as Sakamoto charged in. And now Adams with the championship belt and hits her across the face with it. Tia Adams swinging away again. Sakamoto countering through. And a right hand out by Sakamoto. The match has not even officially begun yet. And both these ladies are going out on the outside. Adams now picks up the challenger and dumps her down. Sakamoto and Tia Adams had words backstage. Started off early on, but it seems like it's spilled out here in the arena. Adams now in a front face lock. Sakamoto lands a shot to the back of the head. Kick to the midsection now by Adams. And a chop. Hellacious impact. And an elbow now from Jin Sakamoto, who will not go down without a fight. And a heel kick, but Adams shrugging it off. And again, dumping Jin Sakamoto down to the canvas like a sack of flour. Adams now hoists her up on the shoulder, trying to tap out the challenger already. Sakamoto's fighting for everything she's worth as she looks for her third run as XFW Women's Champion. Fireman's carry takedown now by Tia Adams. Adams and here we go. Pressed up and down. Sakamoto fires back with a DDT. And a second one levels the champion down to the canvas. Adams now back to her feet. Sakamoto lands on a sleeper hold. Drops down, rear naked choke, delivered by Sakamoto. Trying to tap out the champion. trying to squeeze the life and the breath away from T. Adams. Snapmare escape now by Adams. Again, Adams with superior strength and size over JJ Sakamoto. Sakamoto on a turn, taking over, vertical suplex. Tia Adams again looking to dominate this match. Puts her up on her back again and drives her down to the canvas in hellacious fashion. Adams now winding up the shot hip press right to the face of the challenger. We've got a cover and a kick out by Sakamoto. I remember back when JJ Sakamoto came to XFW and had a hell of a time getting any traction here. She lost match after match after match. And seemed to have a hard time adapting to the American way of professional wrestling. Once she found her footing, went straight to the top, captured the Women's Championship, and seemed like she was nigh unbeatable. But now Tia Adams had a similar run as she had a number of victories but could not capture the championship, and now she has it around her waist, and instead she will not let it go, and Morgan Steiner will only give her more reason to hold on to it. Sakamoto now counters her, gets tilted up, full Nelson slam. Adams just leveled Sakamoto. Sakamoto gets the shoulder up again. Only a 1 count as the challenger tries to struggle through. Sakamoto rolled to her feet and a clothesline, hellacious from T. Adams. The sheer brute size and strength of T. Adams is frightening. Hoists her up again and face first plants down JJ Sakamoto. Sakamoto again using that quickness and agility, dodges out of the way, and now goes to work on the base of T. Adams. And now the shoulder, trying to stave off one of the weapons of T. Adams, trying to weaken the arms, those massive shoulders of the former women's powerlifter. But again, Adams rolls out of the way, and Sakamoto connects with a clothesline. Both ladies now back to their feet. Sakamoto goes for a side kick. Adams catches her, and again the double axe handle levels JJ Sakamoto hard to the canvas. And now Adams giving the thumbs down. Gets caught. Sakamoto with a counter. T. Adams looking for the power bomb, but Sakamoto saw it coming. And now Sakamoto in control, right hand sends T. Adams, the champion, out to the outside. Sakamoto full head of steam comes through the ropes. Suicide dive takes out the champion. The crowd out of this is awesome chant. The champion sent to the steel steps. Those steps have gotten a lot of play tonight ever since Maniacal Glee. And Brody Daniels, and now both these ladies colliding into the steel steps at ringside. And Adams, again the champion, collides. JJ Sakamoto now starting to get a rhythm. Building momentum and driving some force against the champion. Sakamoto needs to get this inside. She can't keep this on the outside as T. Adams does have championship advantage. Drop kick to the side of the head. T. Adams needs to get, or JJ Sakamoto needs to get back inside. Suplex on the outside. And it's a draw. It's a draw. Both ladies not getting back inside in time. JJ Sakamoto looks angry at herself. JJ Sakamoto unable to get it back inside. Johnny, I have a dumb question. Is there a difference between a lariat and a clothesline? No, there's not. Just two different words used for it. Way back in the early days, it was called the Texas Lariat. And during the mid-'80s, it changed to a clothesline. Just two different titles for, much like there's a lot of different variations and titles for a number of moves. It is what it is. There's backdrop suplex, there's back body suplex, there's lariat, there's suplex, there's clothesline. There's a number of different names for a number of different moves in professional wrestling. I just like to throw in as many terminologies as I can to keep it different for you guys. So these are the same words over and over and over again. Same thing with Hurricane and Frankensteiner. They're the same move, just different variations. So that's the only difference there. But Johnny, that's actually a pretty damn good question. I used to get that a lot when I was a trainer in professional wrestling. You'd hear different guys from different parts of the world and different parts of the country use different terms in wrestling, and that's one of them. Same thing with a sunset flip. There's other variations for that. There's a whole spot in wrestling called the International that other people have different variations for. So it's just a different move, much like the sharpshooter or Texas Cloverleaf. Same move, different variations, different titles for those is all it is. But again, solid question. One of those things you don't realize until you get into commentary, you get into the nooks and crannies of professional wrestling, and you see the different variations from different wrestlers in different regions of the world. Well, up next, folks, the Tag Team Championships in the men's division is up for grabs, as Billy Miles and his partner of High Voltage clash with the Anarchists in a Extreme Rules tag team match with the championship titles on the line. Now, the Anarchists have defended the championships a number of times since capturing them at XFW Fright Night, and recently just defeated the White Dragons in 2-on-2 competition. So a lot of folks thought the Anarchists would be a flash in the pan here in XFW. Didn't take them seriously, calling them extras from a Mad Max movie. But they have had some staying power and now are sitting at the top of the XFW Tag Team Division as champions, and are doing very, very well for themselves, and now looking to have one more title defense under their wing. But now High Voltage has been on an upswing here lately as well. They've had a number of back-to-back victories, and they've been continued to entice the audience with their high-flying antics and death-defying leaps. Let's head down as that Tag Team Championship match starts right now. Here comes Sabin and Miles, now the tag team known as High Voltage, making their way down to ringside. Terry Sabin and Billy Miles. These two young men continue to impress everyone inside and outside the locker room with their in-ring abilities. But tonight they'll go against very much the unorthodox, the unpredictable style of the tag team champions, the Anarchists. And here they come now. Crom Ferguson, Angus Hayes, the XFW Tag Team Champions. And look at this, Miles and Sabin charging up the rampway already. Charging in at the champions and taking shots. And a clothesline. Ferguson doesn't give two shits. He's walking already to the ring. Ferguson making his way into the ring as Angus Hayes gets leveled by Billy Miles and Terry Sabin. Ferguson, he still wants to go into his full poses inside the ring as Hayes takes a shot with Billy Miles on the outside. Ferguson now grabbing on. Oh, and a headbutt. No rules, no disqualifications, and it looks like High Voltage want to take advantage of those rules. DJ Frying Pan, thank you for following. Ferguson hasn't even got his damn mask off yet. Billy Miles now dumps Ferguson on the back of his head. Hayes trying to get back into his corner. You still have to tag in and tag out in this, but no rules, no disqualification. Uh-oh. From Ferguson already with a steel chair in hand. Ferguson swings wildly. Billy Miles dodging out of the way. Spinning heel kick. Ferguson stays on his friggin' feet. Ferguson now in control. Ferguson sent to the other side of the arena now. Miles in control. Ferguson fires back. Right hands aplenty. Big right hand again by Ferguson. Levels down Billy Miles. Ferguson now back inside. Ooh, and brings in Terry Sabin the hard way just for being on the apron. Sabin fires back. No count out. The referee's not going to count if multiple men are inside the ring. As again, no disqualification in this matchup. Miles down with an outstanding counter on Crom Ferguson. Takes him up and over. Now stretching out the shoulder of Ferguson, trying to separate the shoulder. Trying to take one weapon away and numb that arm. High Voltage would love a victory tonight and have their first run as XFW Tag Team Champions. They've been in XFW for a little over a year now and have a number of high-profile wins under their belts, but tonight is their biggest opportunity yet to date, and Ferguson just levels Billy Miles with a clothesline and tags in Angus Hayes. Sabin now comes in as well, both men charging in, both men with the same idea, no one coming with anything. Hayes down with a drop, with a body slam. And a boot right to the eyes. Angus Hayes now on a backbreaker. Billy Miles on the outside, laying down. The damage was done by Crom Ferguson. Snapmare shoved away now by Sabin. Angus Hayes counters through. Catches the leg. Beautiful float over DDT by one half of the tag team champions. We've got a cover. Kick out by Terry Sabin. Sabin looked like his motion to his partner to come on in, but Miles is just getting back to his corner and now gets dumped over the top rope. And fires right back on Sabin. Up! Beautiful springboard elbow connects to the chin of Angus Hayes. Tag again, in comes Billy Miles. Hayes still trying to shake the cobwebs off. Turns around, finds a new opponent in the ring and gets taken down right instantly into an armbar. Hayes rolls his way. I'll tell you what, folks, Angus Hayes has gotten better inside the ring of the course of the past few months. A little bit more technically sound, a little bit more well-defined in his in-ring offense. But right now, again with a steel chair, Billy Miles catches it. The Anarchists looking to use those no disqualification rules on the best of their advantage to hold on to the tag team championships. Billy Miles puts him up with the shoulder again. Hayes connects with a couple of shots right to the side of the head. And again sends him to the outside arena floor and is in hot pursuit. Miles holding on to the sides of his head now. Hayes again with that steel chair. Warming it up. And lays a shot right across the back of Billy Miles. And another one now. And a third shot across the back of Billy Miles. Miles' desperation shoves Angus Hayes back inside to avoid any further conflict. Hayes rolls through. Countered out by Miles. A shot to the face again. Back and forth action between these two teams. Tagging comes Big Crom Ferguson again. Ferguson hoists him up. Total anarchy connects on Billy Miles. And that might be it right then and there. Clothesline by Hayes. That is it. The Anarchists retain the tag team championships as Angus Hayes unleashes a flurry of chair shots to the back and head of Billy Miles. They land the Total Anarchy double powerbomb. Hayes cuts off Sabin as he tries to come back in the ring. And the Anarchists will hold on to the XFW Tag Team Championships.
And still the W.
Whoa, 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 watch yourself there, Mike. You do not want to get between those men and their championships. The Anarchists hanging on to their XFW Tag Team Championships right here on our XFW Wrestle War. Excuse me. High Voltage putting up a battle, but out of their element in a no disqualification match, as High Voltage is more accustomed to regular standard tag team divisions, folks. But the Anarchists are trying to make every match they have Extreme Rules to take advantage of that type of scenario, because that's the kind of brawls they like. That's the kind of brawls they are used to. So we'll see what if other teams have the ability to make it more of a standard match. If anyone can take those championships away from the death grip that the Anarchists have on them. Well, up next, folks, is our main event of the evening. The Destroyer, the current XFW World Heavyweight Championship, putting the title on the line against former champion Brian Blaze. Now, the Destroyer is currently a 6-time XFW World Heavyweight Champion. Brian Blaze himself a multi-time champion here. I believe Brian Blaze held the championship at least 3 or 4 times, if my memory serves me. But Blaze will be looking to take the championship away from possibly the most hated enemy he has in all of XFW, and that is the Destroyer. These two know each other inside and out. They have wrestled a number of times over the years. They have taken each other to their extreme limits here inside our square circle. So I can only imagine what these two monsters are going to pull out of their utility belts tonight as they lay waste to each other. And again, the championship is on the line tonight in our main event. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to head down to ringside. The match starts right now. Thank you for becoming a follower over on Twitch. Thank you.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall.
Dirty Isaiah, yes, this is PS4.
World Heavyweight Championship.
And Brian Blaze looking to land his next championship run here in XFW. The most hated man in all of professional wrestling. Making his way down to ringside. And again, folks, Brian Blaze and the Destroyer have known each other, have wrestled against each other on more occasions than I can count. As these two have battled time and time again. If I was a betting man, I'd watch for Brian Blaze to use every dirty, underhanded tactic he can tonight to unseat the Destroyer and make this 6th title run of the Destroyers as short as humanly possible. However, I would also bet that you could watch as the Destroyer will unleash everything he can to try to quickly end this match between Brian Blaze. Dirty Isaiah, if you want to submit a wrestler to XFW, find us on Facebook, XFW Extreme Fantasy Wrestling, and send us a bio, images, as well as your PS4 tag name. All wrestlers that are submitted to XFW must be no higher than an 88 overall score. And keep in mind, XFW is not an E-Fed. It is a fully produced digital wrestling program, booked and run as a real wrestling federation. Ladies and gentlemen, the XFW World Heavyweight Champion, the Destroyer. The Destroyer, now a 6-time World Heavyweight Champion, looking to make a long run here. But now has the target on his back as the Eliminator has returned to XFW and has set his sights on the Destroyer and that title. The Destroyer doesn't deserve to be a champion anymore. He says the Destroyer himself needs to retire, which is kind of ironic since the Eliminator just came out of retirement. But then, folks, you wonder how often you see many wrestlers retire, then come out of retirement. Some competitors just cannot let the limelight go. They need to be back in the spotlight. They need to be back inside the ring for that adrenaline, and that could be one of the motivators for the Eliminator to come back to XFW beyond just challenging the Destroyer.
Introducing the challenger from Northridge, California, weighing in at 241 pounds, Brian Blaze.
Brian Blaze, again, one of the most hated men in all of professional wrestling, loves to get inside the head of his opponent as well as the heads of the audience.
From Phoenix, Arizona, weighing in at 321 pounds, he is the Destroyer.
The Destroyer, the most feared and respected man in the XFW locker room, recapturing that championship just a few short weeks ago at XFW Aftermath just after the new year. And I can guarantee you does not want to watch it walk away with Brian Blaze tonight. Here we go, folks. The bell is rung, and here we go. And the Destroyer coming out of the gate with a clothesline already leveling Brian Blaze. Like I said, these two know each other very well. Look for the Destroyer to try to keep this kind of pressure on Brian Blaze the whole time and not allow him to use the underhanded tactics. But here comes Brian Blaze firing back. Repeated shots down to the Destroyer. How quickly these two exchange fists early on in this match. And now Blaze instantly going to the throat, trying to choke out the Destroyer. Destroyer back to his feet, lands in an elbow shot. Punch in the ribs. Into a backbreaker now by the Destroyer. Early cover attempt by the champion. Leg is hooked. And he kicks right out. Blaze now going to work, kicking the legs out of the Destroyer. DDT. Single arm, not the double underhook that Brian Blaze likes to put away his opponents with. To the extra level, but the Destroyer now gut wrench and takes him over to suplex. Brian Blaze rolling back to his feet again. You see those two struggling back and forth, sizing each other up repeatedly. And again, these two know each other so well. They've battled time and time again over the years. Blaze with a kick to the midsection. Destroyer shot right to the mid, and again a clothesline. Blaze already holding onto his chest as the Destroyer lays in with heavy shots. Up and over the top rope, out to the outside arena floor goes Brian Blaze. Mike Atura starts the count as Blaze starts to recover. The Destroyer waiting inside the ring. Here comes Blaze. The Destroyer gets a shot to the midsection and a knee lift, but stays on his feet. And Blaze takes him down. Blaze now wrenching back. Crossface crippler on the Destroyer, trying to tap out the champion. The Destroyer shakes him off. Blaze fires right back, keeps the pressure on, and takes the big man down. Destroyer catches the leg. Corkscrew dragon leg takes him over. Blaze now starting to get back to his feet. The Destroyer, good Lord, tossing Brian Blaze single-handedly across the ring. Look at that replay, folks. Watch how the Destroyer, with one arm, tosses Brian Blaze across the ring. Big boot now right to the face. Covered now again by the Destroyer. And a kick out. These two have battled back and forth so many times through the years. Destroyer up and over goes Brian Blaze. And Blaze again rolls to the outside, trying to stave off the attack of the Destroyer. Uh-oh. Destroyer this time going to the outside. Here comes both men, and Blaze gets leveled. Wild swing by the Destroyer. Blaze dodges out of the way. The champion sent into the steel steps at ringside. Brian Blaze so cold, so calculating inside the ring, and now goes to the eyes of the Destroyer and tosses him back inside. And just like that, the match has turned around again. I said how Brian Blaze would go to the underhanded tactics. Blaze now winds up and a smack to the back of the head, something I would not do to the Destroyer if I was Brian Blaze. Knee lift now by Blaze. Textbook classic attacks by Brian Blaze. Blaze now stomps away. Blaze now nonchalantly drops the knee right to the side of the head of the Destroyer. Classic Brian Blaze offense. We've got a cover. The Destroyer gets the shoulder up. Brian Blaze now standing over the Destroyer, looking for another title run, looking to keep the Destroyer's championship at a minimum. The Destroyer fires back, repeated shots on top of the head. And then the leg neckbreaker now by the Destroyer. Destroyer picks up Blaze and dumps him on the back of his head. You can almost feel the intensity all the way out here, folks, as these two again absolutely despise each other. Right hand down by Brian Blaze, right to the jaw of the Destroyer, and again the taunting of Brian Blaze. Just as much as he wants to taunt the Destroyer, he taunts the audience at hand. The Destroyer fires back with a shot to the face. Into the turnbuckle, hard impact by Brian Blaze. Destroyer picks him up from a deadlift position Oh my God! Spins him around into a DDT. Brian Blaze in trouble. The Destroyer now stomping away. Could he be trying to set it up? Wave of destruction. Kick connects. We got a cover. The Destroyer retains the World Heavyweight Championship. The Destroyer lays waste to Brian Blaze in his first successful title defense since regaining the World Heavyweight Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to this special edition of XFW on this Sunday night. We'll see you back in our regularly scheduled programming on XFW on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Thank you for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your continued support of XFW. We'll see you next time.